Hey.
Hey. Hey.
Hi. Hey. Welcome to Forcefed, episode 5. Before we get into this, we got a couple sponsors here. Let me tell you about them.
What? Tell me about them.
Have you heard about the new venue opening up in Ada?
I haven't. Tell me all about it.
I'll tell you about it. It's called Main Street Live.
Cool.
Yeah. We're going to be actually throwing a little event there and taking a couple of our shows in the live forum, I guess, in front of people. We'll see how that shitstorm goes, because everything always works out well. Yeah, it's the newest hot spot for comedy, music, and more. Main Street Live will be kicking open their doors in 2014. Are you ready for it?
I'm ready.
And they will be bringing Ada, Ohio, original entertainment experiences and some of the best acts in the area. If you, Martha, would like to learn more, you can go to facebook.com/mainstreetlive.biz.
I'm going to do that as soon as we're done.
As soon as we're done. Also, I know you're a big wrestling fan.
Oh my god. I love a good wrestling match.
War Wrestling will be celebrating their 11th year of power bombs, suplexes, and body slams. Are you ready? Are you ready? January 18th, we will be there filming this event. 8 huge matches, including a hardcore street fight. Can you hold on. Also, last man standing match, tables, ladders, and chairs, as well as a steel cage rumble for the War Championship. Now, we will be filming this. We will be there. Multiple angles catching all the fucking action. But if you want some more information, Martha,
okay.
I know you will want to be there because you love it when I watch wrestling. You can go to warwrestling.com for more information on fantastic ticket prices. We're talking $15 VIP, second and third row. You're almost in that fucking ring.
You feel the sweat.
It probably hits you once in a while. But $15 VIP, second and third row. First row's already sold out, so I'm sorry about that. But you can also get $10 general admission. That's better value than going to a movie. You get at least, 3 hours of entertainment, 8 matches, blood, sweat, and tears, man. And that is also the night of their Hall of Fame induction. They have 6 wrestlers being inducted into the Hall of Fame there, which is kind of cool. Don't miss it. You can't beat the value.
Can't beat the value.
But that's the sponsors. As you can tell, I am sick, or have been sick. Evidently, I'm a baby about it, but we watched Surveillance. Fish has been trying to get me to watch this movie for probably more than half of a year. He gave me the DVD at our first live thing way back in April, I think it was. Yeah, I think April. But we finally watched it, and it's pretty good. I liked it. Did you like it?
It was okay.
It wasn't as bad it wasn't as horrifying as I thought it was going to be from the trailer. The trailer makes it out to be like it's horrifying.
I don't like things that with children in it anymore.
And the trailer made you think that this little girl was going to be having a lot of horrifying things happen to her.
And it wasn't bad.
No. But it was I kept waiting for like a really fucked up thing to happen because
I don't like that.
Well, it was written and directed by Jennifer Lynch, who's David Lynch's daughter. Now, David Lynch fucks with you constantly. Like by the time I realized, like there's a twist at the end, I guess, but they kind of let you know what that's going to be.
Yeah. Way
before. But I kept waiting for that to twist again because David Lynch will fuck with your head. He'll put nightmares in there. It's horrifying. But this was pretty straightforward, like suspense thriller type movie, or what would you call this?
I would say it was a suspense, I guess.
Yeah.
It wasn't too suspenseful, except for I kept thinking I was waiting for something to happen to the little girl. And I don't like that. And,
well, it had Bill Pullman in it, not Paxton, Pullman. And I don't know who the girl was. I don't remember her name, the actress. But when I first seen the trailer, I thought it was that Famke Janssen or whatever her name is.
Oh, I don't even know who that is.
She was in what's that fucking Nip Tuck? She was the transvestite.
Oh, okay. I know who you mean.
Yeah. But the movie opens up with a home invasion and a murder by these masked guys. They got these really fucked up masks. And then
I've got girl running from truck.
Oh yeah, that was when the credits were going. I don't know what that was supposed to be really, but then it cuts to Bill Pullman. Oh, I got her name right here, Julie Ormond. Bill Pullman and Julie Ormond, Holloway and Anderson are FBI agents, and they arrive at a police station to speak with a little girl and a drugged out woman.
Right.
But Anderson, Julie Ormond, goes to speak with the witnesses while the others, Bill Pullman and the cops that are there, go to set up all this surveillance equipment so they can record everything.
Obvious tension between the two.
Right. And then there's a point... what do you have next?
They go to the day before in the morning, right?
The day before in the morning?
Yeah, and the cops are shooting...
Oh, yeah, you're down to... Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead where you're at.
Well, I pointed out that Bill Pullman's looking at the murder pictures, like the murder pictures, and he tells them to take them down. They're not supposed to be up there.
Right.
But the way he's looking at him is like he's really into his job. Like he really likes it. And that's the first time I was like, there's some foreshadowing where
because it wasn't relevant to anything
right,
else.
It wasn't. It was just a weird way he was looking at these pictures. But I was like, that is either going to be him later on in the movie sympathizing with the killers and trying to help them or allow them to be free, or he is one of them. Like that was right then where I was like, you know,
right.
I kind of.
Which, I mean, how would you have sympathy for this?
Right, yeah. But, okay, well...
But the cops...
Yeah, there's a cop that
he's got shooting, and they're drunk.
Yeah, and the one cop, he doesn't like the FBI being there. He's got cuts all over his face because of you see a smashed up cop car when they first enter. There's a smashed window and everything. So that's what you assume, there was some sort of car crash or something. But that's not really what happens at all.
Yeah.
But no, him and that cop and his partner, French Stewart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But his eyes are open in this movie. Have you noticed? Did you notice that?
He's an amazing actor. He's the best actor in this movie. I loved French Stewart in this movie. I thought he was great.
Yeah, he was good.
Like, just to
it
be able to...
It took me a while to figure out, though, that it was him.
The reason I know he's a great actor is because you didn't know he was him at first.
Right, yeah.
And then you're like, wow, he totally transformed himself from that character that you know him as.
Yeah.
But, yeah, he was really good. Shooting bottles with French Stewart. And then there's a truck stops with a guy. They stop a guy in a truck and he's puking. And he tells them of something, but...
Pulled over a guy who said he saw something terrible.
Yeah. And he's throwing up. So.
Yeah.
But then it goes to they're talking. This is like they're talking to each of these people.
Yeah.
And then they go to the druggy girl, and she's lying to the cops completely.
She says she's going to a job interview.
Yeah, she tells them she's going to a job interview, but then they show us her and her boyfriend going to get drugs from this guy, and then the guy overdoses and they take all his drugs.
Yeah. And his money.
Yeah. But that's one of the things that I thought was really fucked up about it, was that sometimes, what did I write down? I wrote it down somewhere. They confuse you, like, by are you seeing the lie or are you seeing what really happened?
Right.
Because they switch back and forth, and like purposely to confuse you, I'm assuming. Like, you know, they'll purposely leave shit out. Like, you know, somebody will just randomly whisper to somebody for no reason. Or whatever. Yeah, I don't know. But,
I don't know. The next thing I had was the little girl was on a car trip with her family.
Yeah, and her mom's Sherry O'Terry.
Totally weird.
Which she was good too, though.
She was good, but like there was...
You just kept waiting her to...
There were points where I was like waiting for her to have her pom-poms out, you know? But...
Yeah.
Yeah, they were on a car trip, but she sees the druggy girl at a bathroom restaurant thing.
Yeah.
God, I don't know.
They go to a rest stop. Yeah, because it goes. It's like going all over the place all at once. But the druggy girl and her boyfriend go to a rest stop after they've been like doing drugs and making fun of the guy that died.
Snorting coke, like in the car.
Yeah.
Good idea.
But they like converge at this rest stop with Sherry O'Terry and the family, and the little girl has this little like old ass TV which wouldn't work nowadays. It wouldn't, because like they converted.
Wasn't it like a pad? I thought it was like an iPad.
No, it had a Nintendo on it.
Oh, did it?
That
bird's freaking me
out. Anyways, she has this TV and she sets it down on the nasty ass bathroom floor, just so.
Right, like that was really weird.
Like so that the girl in the other stall could see it also.
Right, and it was all like, I don't know. I thought it was like a foreshadowing thing, or like the girl was warning her of something, but it was about the serial killers on the loose.
It was about the murders, but
they're back on the road though, and the cops shoot the tire on the station wagon.
Oh yeah, they're shooting at cars. They're fucking with people, like taking their money.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Like they're really shitty, corrupt cops.
It's insane. This is I wrote it right here. French Stewart is an amazing actor. Because he like really turns it on in this movie. Like I think I've seen him in a few things. I think there's a movie called Glory Days or something that he was in with Affleck. And yeah. But the foreshadowing is blatantly obvious that Bill Pullman is not a good guy because he.
Well, he's the one that they're questioning.
No, but not.
Right?
No.
Okay, I'm thinking it's not French Stewart, the other guy.
The other cop, yeah. But Bill Pullman, it cuts to Bill Pullman watching the monitors, and it's just like they make him out to be weirdo, and then he takes that evidence picture that says evidence and he changes it to violence or something. Do you remember that? He like marks it out. I think that's what he did.
Yeah, I didn't get it.
Yeah. But like blatant, like slapping you in the face with what's going to happen later, pretty much.
But they're fucking with him, and French Stewart gets in the car with Sherry O'Terry and makes her kiss him.
Oh, I missed that part.
Yeah, and then they're outside the car, and he takes the dad out, and because the dad's on the ground laying there while he's in the car doing that, and then he lays on top of the dad.
Oh yeah,
like he's straddling him, like he's laying on his belly on the ground, and then he's like down and I don't know, yelling at him. But anyway, they take their wallets and all that crap, and the druggy people were stopped behind them because they almost ran into the station wagon. Mm-hmm. We forgot to say that. But the cops are messing with both cars at this point, you know. Right. And the other cop made the druggy girl Bobby like scream that she hates her boyfriend and whatever, but.
I missed that whole part.
Yeah, you went to go smoke then, I think.
Yeah, I came back in when they were sharing a beer while they were changing the tire. Okay, well
before that happens, the little girl gets out of the car and goes back to the police car and tells them that she had seen something bad. And what she had seen prior to was the first car that they shot the tire from, a couple. It was a little blue car, and then there was a white van behind it, and they saw blood on the ground. That's leaking.
What's leaking?
Watch it. Do you see that?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I don't know. Our house is falling apart.
Oh my god. Anyway. What the fuck was I saying?
That's why you should donate.
Fix our ceiling. But she saw the car with blood around there, and then a van and like an arm with a glove pulling the door shut.
Right.
So, anyway.
Okay, but
I kept screaming at the guy, or to Bobby. I don't know. Yeah. The druggy girl, he made her scream 55 saves lives.
Oh yeah. I wish I would have seen that part.
And she makes her slap him in the face. It's weird shit.
But then this is where it starts to go, the cops run into the car that they shot out the tire earlier, and there's just blood, there's no bodies. And they turn around to try to find the white van that they passed, because that's what the little girl had said or something.
Right, yeah, so they go back after that.
And then the van smashes the stepfather into smithereens and splatters the blood all over his son.
Yeah.
And he's just covered in it. Mm-hmm. And Sherry Terry like flips out.
Well, yeah.
But not really appropriately, I don't think, because she's kind of like but then
she's probably in shock.
Yeah.
But they also.
The van smashes into that drug guy, druggy guy.
Kills him.
Yeah, and then the van has the couple from the blue car in the front.
Yeah.
The girl's in a bag, supposedly, because it's not.
Right.
But the guy, what was going on there? Because what happens? The cop gets up on the cop gets up on top of the van, which is on top of the car, and he's got his gun on it, or what's going on? The guy's face explodes.
Right, that's what confused me. I didn't know if it was the girl in the back of the van that you don't see at that point yet, or if it's... I didn't know what...
The guy's face exploded and the glass...
It's got to be that girl in the car, though, that does that.
Maybe.
I don't know.
That
was really weird.
But the guy's face explodes, the cop falls through the window, because that's how he cuts his face up and fucks up his shooting hand. Because he's really pissed off about that.
Yeah.
But then, oh God, it's so confusing. Like, the bag with the girl in it isn't a bag with a girl in it. It's got the killer in it.
Yeah, one of them. And he comes out of it and he falls onto Bobby, but he doesn't kill her.
No, he doesn't kill her. He just goes to run, and then
but they do kill...
The one cop climbs through the van, tells his partner to go around the back, and then shoots him. But then,
accidentally.
But then later on, doesn't it reveal something else happened?
It reveals...
that he put that bag over the cop, right? The killer put the bag over the other cop.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember what happened.
It was after the cop had yelled, "The killer's in the bag."
Yeah.
And then the killer came out of the bag, put the bag on him, and then his partner shot him.
Yeah.
But, shit. But yeah, this is where it really got confusing, whether you were watching the truth, what really happened, or their versions of the truth.
Well, and the killer kills Sherry O'Terry and the son then, too.
Right. And then it's revealed that there's a new murder at the Blue Dove Motel. But before we get to that, I think we're going to take a break. We have a couple commercials that we need to play. I'll get to fixing this leak.
The roof.
I'm going to fix this leak because you are very concerned.
It's bothering me.
And we'll be right back. Thanks for watching.
Baby left me.
I know.
My heart is aching. My brain is good. I get drunk and wander from dawn till dawn. I am just a redneck zombie since you're gone.
Hey guys, Frank here. Thanks for watching Forcefed right here on Zombie Takeover TV. I wanted to take a moment to let my fellow Ohioans know of a great new place coming to Ada, Ohio. It's called Main Street Live. It's right there on fucking South Main Street. It's not hard to find. And I'm going to tell you about a great event coming up. It's a comedy night with Dave Landau. It's Thursday, February 13th. For the low price of $7 or $5 if you have a student ID, you get to check out this awesome comic who's been featured on Last Comic Standing, Bob and Tom, and Comedy Central. The whole night will be presented to you by Buku Entertainment and Lima Land Comedy and hosted by Ray Price from the Cincinnati Funny Bone. Zombie Takeover TV will also be throwing a show there in March, so look for that. We're going to be throwing the Takeover podcast and the Unfiltered podcast onto a live stage. We will also be featuring some live acoustic performances and some stand-up comedy acts. So I want to see you guys out on the scene. Let's do something around here, people. Let's not sit on our asses. The internet will always be there. spoon in there. Look.
Did you put cream in?
I did.
That's all of it.
Maybe I didn't. Whatever.
Anyway, go ahead.
Welcome back.
Take us back.
Anyways, there was a murder at the where? Where was it?
All over the place.
At the
On the
Blue
road.
Dove Motel.
Oh, we're already there? Okay.
Yeah, we're already there. We're wrapping this sucker up.
I guess, because they questioned both Bobby and Stephanie, the druggie and the little girl, at the police station.
Right.
We're skipping that.
I skipped that, I guess.
Okay, so they're going to the hotel where there's been 3 murders.
Yeah.
Okay, so...
This is where they just say there's a murder. There's a murder at the Blue. We got a new development.
Right.
And then Anderson leaves with those other cops.
So the female FBI agent leaves with 2 cops.
And Bill Pullman stays there, and the little girl whispers him a secret.
Right.
And then,
You didn't fix that leak.
I don't know how to fix it. It's raining a lot.
Tell me about...
War wrestling?
No. Don't finish this thing.
Oh, okay, yeah. What happens is Bill Pullman goes in the room with the other people that are there. It's the cop, the sergeant.
The cop that's partner was killed. French
the glass face. He's got a bunch of cuts. Cut face.
Yeah, okay, that guy.
Cunt face.
Anyway.
He's in there with... Bill Pullman's in there with...
him, druggy girl, and then little girl.
No, the little girl's not in there. You don't see her when he comes back in. The last time you see the little girl is when she whispers that secret to him.
Okay.
And then Pullman comes in. He takes the officer who's had the cut up face his gun, and they want
another officer in there.
That's the sergeant.
Yeah.
And they want you to think that he's going to start questioning that cop because the little girl said something about that cop.
Right.
So he takes his gun and then he starts saying, wait a minute. Oh yeah. Here we go. He starts kind of questioning that cop.
Right.
And then he pulls out a pack of cigarettes and he asks people if they want cigarettes. Now that's where he starts to kind of turn crazy because the one sergeant had asked him if he had a cigarette earlier.
Right. Which
was a really weird way to foreshadow that.
Right.
Because it was kind of like he's like, hey, I got a question for you. Hey, you got a cigarette? Remember that?
Right. It was really weird.
But he passes out he gives a cigarette to the sergeant, and then this is where he reveals that he was one of the killers.
Yeah, and that the other cop had actually killed his own partner on accident.
Right. Yeah.
He was the one that fired the shot that killed him.
Yeah. Right. But he becomes really I love him at this point. He goes crazy.
He does go crazy.
And
sure.
He becomes awesome, and he kills the captain. Just shoots him right in the face.
Mm-hmm.
And then Anderson is with those cops.
She kills them.
She kills them after they find the pictures, which I'm assuming they were putting up.
They were pictures that she had in the back seat, and they were her pictures.
Right.
And
but were those the ones that they were putting up that he told them not to put up earlier?
No.
Oh.
No, these were just in her seat. These were her own personal pictures,
right.
And he knew that, and he was just flipping through them because they were in the back seat. But then it was getting weirder and weirder, and then it was the murdered people.
Yeah, with them in the pictures.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And then she just shoots them both. And,
it doesn't really show you that. I don't think it just shows them dead later.
Pullman tries to get the cop to confess to killing his partner.
Yeah, we went over that.
Yeah. Anderson drags cops into the field. Pullman knocks the cop out with the gun. Anderson comes back to the station. There's a weird lesbian belt choking scenario where they choke that druggy girl to death And then as soon as she exhales her last breath, that girl like sucks it up and then like blows it into Bill Pullman's mouth.
Out with her too. It's so weird.
But the cop awakens, shoots her.
The captain's gun.
Yeah, grabs the gun, shoots her, and then Pullman kills him. And then who's Ralph? Because then Ralph calls the station. Everybody's dead there. He was just some random cop that was at this blue motel or whatever, and waiting on them or whatever. Well, he calls to tell them that he found the FBI bodies, that Pullman and
those were the ones at the hotel.
They found the girl from the car, and then 2 FBI bodies.
Right.
So. But then they get away, and I guess they just left that little girl alone in the field. So
yeah, which is still very sad.
Just
because
all
of her family
up,
is dead, and there's no one to help her because all of the cops are dead.
Right, but
so
she's not trying. She's not trying to go anywhere. She's just standing there.
Well, like I said, all of her family just died. She's in the middle of a town she doesn't know because they were on a road trip on vacation. Right. And there's no one to go to for help.
Well, there's got to be a town somewhere or somebody.
Well, yeah, but she's like, how old? 8 or 9, did they say, I think?
I don't know. 7, maybe?
Yeah, not very old. That would be overwhelming for a child.
Yeah, I suppose so. But what can you do?
This is why I don't like to watch movies with kids in them.
Yeah, but that wasn't I've seen...
Well, yeah.
We watched movies and turned it off before...
Yeah, I don't like it.
15 minutes in.
Precious was one of them, wasn't it?
Precious was pretty rough. We turned that off. We turned off Baby Blues. Remember that?
I don't want to remember.
It was about that woman that was like drowning her babies.
Oh, God.
She drowned like all of her kids right in the first scene. But laid them on the bed. It was really weird. I was like, I can't watch this anyway. But this wasn't that bad. Yeah. I was really expecting it to do some weird turn at some point that was weirder than what happened, because that was kind of expected. But I guess it was more like instead of it being David Lynch, it was like David Lynch light. Like it was like easily accessible to everyone to watch that movie. If you a lot of David Lynch movies, you watch them and you're like, what the fuck is going on? But what'd you think? What's your review?
I give it a 2.
A 2?
I didn't really like it.
I'll give it a 3.5. Could have got a 4 if it would have been crazy Bill Pullman through the whole thing. Like if he was just started out of the box nuts and carried it through the whole movie. There was plenty of opportunities for great lines, because he was great in that last scene. He was awesome. And yeah, that's why I give it 3.5. 2 over here.
What are we watching next?
That's your pick.
You couldn't get the Heat though, right?
I can try to get it.
If not, it's Les Miserables.
Les Miserables. That'll probably be what it is.
Torturous.
Les Miserables. It'll be miserable, I bet. I heard Sacha Baron Cohen sings in it.
It's a musical.
Yeah.
Everyone sings in it. That's what they all sing in it. That's what they do the whole movie. I don't even know. I'm sure there probably is. I don't know if there's spoken parts in it or not. I've not seen it.
Well, we're gonna watch it, huh?
I've not even seen the musical on stage, so.
All right. Well, thanks for watching. As always, we're gonna leave with Martha's famous catchphrase.
I don't remember.
There you go. See you later.
Are you ready for a war?
Hey there, Michael McCormick here. The big 11-year anniversary and Hall of Fame show is coming up on January 18, 2014, and this is literally going to be War Wrestling's biggest show of all time. It's so big that we're packing up and heading to the Allen East Community Center Gym in Harrod, Ohio. VIP tickets go for $15 for reserved second and third row seats. However, with VIP, you're getting early into the show for a special members-only meet and greet to take pictures with and get autographs from your favorite War wrestlers. There are only 160 second and third row VIP seats available, and we already have a sizable list of people who want tickets. All of those are offered on a first-come, first-served basis. Once they're sold, they're sold. We will not be adding any other VIP offers in the future. With that being said, not only are you going to get the VIP treatment, but you're getting access to the War Wrestling Hall of Fame ceremony and the 11-year anniversary show event. Here are just a few of the matches you're going to see. Dusty Dillinger will go one-on-one with Dexter Dementia. These two men started their wrestling careers the same time in the GWA in 1997 and have competed in some of the most physical matches in War Wrestling history. They embody wrestling and respect. Now the two go face-to-face in what will be Dexter's last match. Will the demented delivery man get the best of Dillinger on his last stop in Lima, or will Lima's favorite cowboy send the postman off into the sunset with his head hung low? Then, things are about to get hardcore. Relentless Ron Mathis looks to end the career of bad attitude Brian Beach by finishing a job he started several years ago by putting Beach on the shelf for a year with a shoulder injury. If the first two altercations between these two have been any indication, this is probably going to be one of the most violent matches in War Wrestling history. Ron Mathis against Brian Beach in a Herod street fight. What happens when you put two behemoths in a match where the only way to win is to immobilize your opponent for a 10 count? That's exactly what we're going to find out when Sherman Tank squares off against his former Bad Company teammate Chris the Madness Hall. Will Sherman Tank be able to overcome the blatantly obvious 3-on-1 disadvantage when Hall has Ripper Blackheart and Jeff Holloway in his corner? Or will Hall emerge victorious in their nearly year-long feud? Chris Hall versus Sherman Tank in a last man standing match. Get ready for the Painkillers as they look to regain the War Wrestling Tag Team Championship against the Scarbonis in a tables, ladders, and chairs match. 1 year ago, it was Vinny from Jersey who weaseled his team out of what should have been a ladder match at War X. But this time, there will be no escaping TLC. One of the longest tenured tag teams in War Wrestling, Vinny and Sonny Scarboni finally won the belts after a decade here in War, while the Painkillers won them in their first 6 months. A fact that eats away at the Scarbonis, who are out to prove why they are War's best tag team. The War Wrestling Tag Team Championship, the Scarbonis defend against the Painkillers in a tables, ladders, and chairs match. The main event of War 11, Jock Sampson takes on the War Wrestling champion Juice Jennings in a cage. Since the spring, Jock Sampson has only cared about one thing, the War Wrestling Championship. Jock even went as far to steal the belt from Juice this summer and just declare himself the champion. On Saturday night, January 18th, Jock will learn that actions have consequences when there's nowhere for him to run as he's locked inside a steel cage with a real War Wrestling champion. Will Jock finally truly behold what he is obsessed with, or will Juice's record reign continue? Juice Jennings versus Jock Sampson for the War Wrestling Championship inside a steel cage. All of this on the biggest night in the history of War Wrestling.